it's Diana from Box It Out here. Thank you for coming along and watching the technique videos that are about to come up. I just want to give you a bit of an intro about what they're all about, what to expect from them, and all the kind of bits and pieces. So I guess the aim of these videos is to help introduce to you the different punches and knees that we'll go through in your first technique session. The first kind of 9 videos of the whole kind of playlist that you'll be going through are the most important. So please make yourself familiar with those, okay? And please make yourself familiar with the names of each thing. So whether it be the punches, whether it's the knees, and then also physically practice the moves as well before your first session. So you can replay them as many times as you need to. And just follow along. It's pretty good to kind of listen to them all first once and then actually go through and physically do them along with me. That way it just becomes more, I guess, ingrained into your mindset, because you want to make sure that as you go through that you are very confident and you know exactly what's going to be happening. You'll often hear me refer to, I guess, punching or hitting your partner, or talking about transferring the skills to real life. Now, at Box It Out, we don't hit each other, okay? I want you to be really, clear about that. We only hit objects, okay? So please don't stress when I say that. It's just my language from my martial arts background, that when you hear me saying like you're going to punch your partner or hit your partner, we are definitely not going to be doing that, okay? We do not hit each other, okay? We only hit objects here at Box It Out, okay? At Box It Out, we have a lot of fun, okay? But we do work hard to get results too. So as long as you're up for a challenge, you're going to fit right in. And these videos are just kind of like the intro. And as myself and my trainers have a background in martial arts, we're really serious about making sure that you're safe, but we also make sure that you're comfortable as well. And then we're going to have heaps and heaps of fun once you've got those kind of skills and I guess kind of habits and movements down pat. Now we do have a couple of rules at Box It Out, and I generally forget them sometimes, so I had to write them down. So I've just got them here in front of me. So number 1 is we don't hit each other, we hit objects. Very important. We never hit each other. And even as a joke, even if you're coming along and joining with a friend, or you've got a friend who's coming along at a later stage, it does not matter. There's no kind of joking, punching each other in the stomach kind of thing. We don't do anything like that. We do not hit each other. We only hit objects. Number 2 is do not be late, okay? Which means that you need to be at class with your wraps on, okay? Ready to start before your class time. So if you start at, for example, a 6 a.m. or a 6 p.m. session, you must be there beforehand with your wraps on by 6 o'clock, not rocking up at 6 o'clock, running out the car, chucking your wraps on, and you're ready by 6:05. It's not fair to everyone at the group that we have to wait for you, okay? So you want to make sure that you are there and you are on time and you are ready with your wraps on for all those boxing classes. Number 3 is no boxing or kicking someone until you know their name, okay? So we always like to make sure that we know, I guess, our group around us. Sometimes it can be a little awkward and you're not sure, whether you should introduce yourself or whether they remember your name, or you might not remember theirs, and that's totally fine. You can ask them 100 times. I do not mind. I want to make sure that as you're going through, before you start punching or kicking with someone new, you say hello, say your name, remember their name, and if you forget it, that's totally fine. Just ask them again, okay? That's fine. But just make sure that you ask them their name or know them before you start boxing or before you start kicking and whatnot. Now, we also have a couple of words you're not allowed to say. This is rule number 4. So no C, F, S, or W words, okay? The C word is can't, as in I can't box anymore, this is too hard, right? I don't want you to use the word can't ever, because the word can't is so limiting, okay? There is I won't do this, or this is really hard, this is really difficult, or like I just don't want to do it. That's totally fine, okay? But don't limit yourself by saying I can't do that, because you can, okay? I want to make sure that you take that word out of your vocabulary, not just at boxing, but everywhere else. So what we're going to make sure that we're doing is when we're at boxing, we're going to practice no C words. The F word is fat. Now, it's really important that you do not use this word about anybody else, but most importantly, you do not use it about yourself, okay? You are making sure that you are not using this language to perpetuate bad habits, okay? We want to break through all of our kind of limiting beliefs and our limiting words and replace them with better ones. So you are trying to make a change and you are doing things to make sure that you are improving your health. You don't want to sit there and discourage yourself by just calling yourself fat every time, okay? We're not doing that at all. The S word is sorry, okay? So the reason why I put that one in is because people apologize way too much, right? You might be punching and you accidentally get the wrong punch. You might be throwing, for example, a cross instead of a hook or an uppercut, or maybe you're meant to be doing an elbow or whatever it might be, and then you keep saying sorry. And it's especially happens when you're doing your pad holding, okay? Because that can be one of the hardest things that we do. And you stuff up the pad holding, you don't get the timing right, or you don't get the resistance distance right, and every time something goes wrong, you keep saying sorry, 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 oh sorry, oh sorry, oh sorry, sorry, sorry. And it's just so frequent, it just loses all meaning to it, okay? I don't want you to apologize for anything that you have made like a mistake on, okay? It's just a lesson, it's something to move forward from, it's just something we're going to keep trying to get better at. You do not need to apologize, okay? You are learning something brand new, and it's just amazing that you're taking this action to learn that really cool new skill, okay? So you do not need to say sorry, you do not need to apologize if you're throwing a knee and you forget to kind of, get that pad down towards it if you're pad holding, or if you're throwing the knee and you've thrown the wrong knee, like that's okay, you don't need to say sorry. Just take a second, reset, get back into your boxing stance, and then get started again, okay? So no S words. And the W word is weak, okay? You are not weak. For a lot of people, which I'll generally explain during your technique session, if you're trying to use the opposite side of the body, you're going to feel like this is my weak side. It's not weak, it's that you can't access that power yet. And I can explain to you why at your session. All right, so we want to make sure that as you go through, you will eventually even up on both sides of the body. You'll be just as strong on both sides, but you definitely do not have a weak side. You just can't access that power yet, okay? Now, as for all the rules, so those are our 4 rules. And if you break any of the rules, you have burpee penalties, okay? So we don't generally plan burpees very often at our sessions, especially in mine, in particular. Some of my trainers may, but in my sessions, I don't generally plan burpees very often at all. I only use them as a penalty. So you do get warnings, okay? So if you accidentally say the C word or the F word or the S word or the W word, you'll get a warning, all right? You'll get a second warning, you can get a third and final warning, and then after that, you're going to be getting burpees, okay? So burpees are a fantastic exercise in terms of being a full body functional exercise, but for me, they just don't have any place. They don't really transfer into any kind of like skill or help us, I guess, do anything. So to me, they're not a vital part of my programming. However, we will use them if we absolutely need to, if you're breaking rules. So we're going to make sure that we don't break rules, okay? So we don't hit each other, we're not late to class, we don't kick or punch, we don't elbow, we don't do any kind of hitting until we know our pad holder's name, and no C, F, S, or W words, okay? So as you're going through these videos, if something doesn't make sense or you want something explained more, can you just pop it in the comments of each of the videos, and I'll be able to do a new video and be really clear about that particular technique, okay? And if the video was good, just give it a thumbs up so I know it's on the right track. I guess during the videos, you'll expect to see me with really long hair. I cut all my hair off and donated to charity quite recently. So when we meet in person, you'll know that I'm the short one, not just in terms of height, but also in terms of hair as well. So I guess that's all from me. I hope you enjoy the videos, and I look forward to meeting you very soon. Big love, guys. Mwah.